I think, yeah. 9 and 10 we have already done. Till 9th, 10th we have done it. From 11 to 17 we have to see. Okay. So I'm just giving you some time so that if you have not done it, you can still do it right now. Okay, so maybe 5 minutes I will give you and then we'll discuss. So this was all about the regular verb which we did in the last class. And as I told, there are basically three different endings for regular verb in the infinitive form: AR, ER, and IR. And the conjugation happens by removing these endings and following a particular pattern. So if it is AR, it will be O, AS, A, Amos, Eyes, and Han. Sorry, no accent on last one. Then if it is ER ending, it will be O, S, A, Amos, Ace, and A. Last one again, O, S, A, then Emos, Ease, and again N. So this is the ending. So if you remember all the any of means like if you remember these endings, you can do the conjugation of any regular verb. Okay. Okay, so let us start the discussion because already this was given in your last class. So let me start with the first 11, 12, and 13. So if I can ask anyone, then yeah, Ritvik, can you try 11, 12, and 13?
Sir, I wasn't present in the last class.
They're not there. Okay. So try to understand it today.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Yeah, Prachuri, can you try? Prachuri Vasudev.
Sir, I too didn't listen last class. I was in traveling, so I couldn't listen. I just on the class and did
Okay.
not listen, sir.
Go through the recordings. No?
Yes, sir. I just came today morning. I'm going through those.
Okay, so instead of asking other, let me do it myself so that you have the answer also at least. Okay. So number 11, the verb is describir. Okay. And if you see, this is an IR ending verb, isn't it? So IR ending verb, this is what you will follow. The subject is yours, yo, first person singular. That means you remove the IR and you add this O. So it will be yo describo la película en español. Okay. The meaning of describir is given to describe. So it will be I describe the movie in Spanish. Okay. So película is movie. Number 12, beber, which is to drink. Ustedes, okay. So this is ustedes, which is now third person plural subject. It means you have to choose the third person plural for the beber verb, which is an ER ending. And if you see, this is the ER conjugation, and there you have to select this ending. I mean, you remove the ER and then you add EN. So ustedes beben, okay, demasiado cafés. So cafés is coffee plural. Demasiado is too much. Okay, so you all drink too much coffee. Next verb is compartir, which is to distribute. Okay, sorry. Compartir is to distribute. It's an IR ending verb. Subject is nosotros. So as per that IR ending verb, if you see, this is the ending. Okay, sorry. So how will I do it? I remove the CR and then IR, and then I will add this EMOS. So it will be compartimos. Okay, nosotros compartimos dulce. The meaning also, I think you can all very well understand because most of the words are clear. So nosotros is we. Compartir is to distribute. So we distribute sweets, dulces. Number 14, not so difficult. Subject is yo. Verb is comer, er ending. Again, from here you have to choose the first one. Okay, this one. So it will be como. So we removed er and we added. So yo como pizzas también. También is also. Okay, also. Number 15, aprender, to learn. Subject is to. Being an er ending verb, you have to follow this es ending. Okay, so it will be aprendes. To aprendes mucho. Mucho is a lot. Number 16, decidir, to decide. IR ending verb. Subject is vosotros. So in the IR conjugation, you have to put this ending is. Okay, so it will be decidís. Okay, decidís. So vosotros decidís. Let us first understand this part. So vosotros is you all decide. Okay, that. Okay, K is that. Es una película buena. So as you have been told earlier, when you start the sentence just with S, the subject, it is hidden there, and after that it will be the verb is. Obviously it's a verb is, you have to pick. So you all decide that it is a película buena. Buena is good, so it is a good movie. Película I have just told here. Okay, here it is a good movie. Number 17, aplaudir. Okay, so to, according to the conjugation of IR, you have to put this ES in the end after removing IR. So tú aplaudes la película. So aplaudir is to applaud. So you applaud the movie. Okay. So this is how we are using the regular verbs in Spanish. Okay. Remember this thing. You will never be confused. You will be able to do all the types of exercises which are given related to this. Okay. Anybody has any problem, then ask. You can ask me. Otherwise, I will move ahead. Okay. I think there is no any question. So now from here we are moving on to the next topic, which is not going to be very difficult. I mean, again, that topic is exists in English also. So if you are clear in English, that uh, portion, that grammar portion in English, in Spanish it will be not so difficult. Okay, few things specifically about Spanish is going to be there. Okay, so demonstrative adjective. Okay, that is what we are going to see now. So when we say demonstrative adjective, again, the word demonstrative is somewhat understood to all of you that something which demonstrates. Okay, but here not something, actually the adjective which demonstrates, okay, which points out something. Okay, demonstrative means something which demonstrates or points out. Okay, so here the adjective is going to point out something, or something, the adjective is going to demonstrate something. Okay, basically not something, it will be a noun obviously, because when we talk of adjective, always comes a noun with it. Okay, so this adjective is going to demonstrate or point out a noun. So the other thing about adjective which we have seen earlier, specifically related to Spanish, okay, was that adjectives, okay, in Spanish have two features. One is gender and another is number. Isn't it? I told earlier also, when we talked about a regular adjective like alto, tall, it became alta, altos plural and altas plural also. Or if it is masculine and feminine gender thing, then alto, alta things are coming. So same thing here will be, I mean, that feature is going to be used here, that gender and number thing. So it can be a male or it can be a female, okay, and singular, or it can be plural. Huh? So, so with these things, okay, keeping in mind, let us start our discussion about this demonstrative adjective. So in English, if anybody knows about demonstrative adjective, then they can just tell me what will be that. Give me the example. Anyway, demonstrative adjective. Somebody? No idea? You all of you must have heard about the word this. Okay. And then you must have heard about that. Okay. So these are basically example of demonstrative adjective. There will be plural of the word this, which is these, and plural of that will be those. Okay, so these are the four demonstrative adjectives which exist in Spanish. Sorry, in English. Now, these adjectives, okay, I have written here, it is about demonstrative adjective, but you cannot say, or you, if I'm asking you an example of these, okay, four, then you cannot use them directly as subject. I mean, you cannot say this is my book. Okay, grammatically it is correct, there is no any problem, but here you are using this as a subject. So here it is, what is this? This is actually a demonstrative pronoun. Okay, because here it is directly being used as a subject. That's why it is a demonstrative pronoun. So I am not talking about this demonstrative pronoun. I am talking about the demonstrative adjective. So when we talk of demonstrative adjective, what will happen? Adjective will be coming here. Okay, and obviously with that there will be a noun. So that book is on the table. Okay, so this is here now subject where the word that is a demonstrative adjective. Okay, so I'm talking about this one, or if it is this, so this book is new. Okay, so here obviously the word this is again a demonstrative adjective. Okay, so please understand this difference. Okay, and accordingly we will be using it here in Spanish also. So in Spanish, how do we use these demonstrative adjectives? Let us see that. So in Spanish, the word for this is este. Okay, and esta. So there are two words for that in Spanish. Okay, for this demonstrative adjective this, okay, in English, we have two words for them in Spanish. What is the reason? The same reason, gender. Okay, so you use this este with which noun? You use it with masculine noun. So this is basically a masculine demonstrative adjective. Esta is a feminine plus singular demonstrative adjective. This is also singular. Okay, both of them refers to the same one, which is the word this. So do not get confused or think anything else that este will be this and esta will be that. No, it doesn't happen like that. Okay, both of them will refer to this. In Spanish, how will you use them? You have to see what is the noun coming after that. Is it masculine or is it feminine? And accordingly, you have to select one. Then you have the plural also, isn't it? Like you have the plural of this, which is these. So in Spanish, it will all, both of them will become plural. So este becomes estos, okay, and esta becomes estas. So estos is what? It is masculine plural, okay, and estas is feminine and plural. And when do we use it? We use this when the noun is masculine plural and this one when the noun is feminine plural. Okay, so this example I'm giving you here for the first one, which is este and esta. Let's say you want to say this book. Okay, so here book is libro. Libro is masculine. So I should be using este libro. Apart from masculine, it is singular. So it will be este libro. Similarly, this house. Okay. So house is casa. Okay. So it will be yeah. So here casa is feminine. So I should be using here esta casa. Okay. Esta casa. So here the book was masculine, so we use este libro. Here casa is feminine, so we are using esta casa. So this is what happens. Similarly, if we are making both of them plural, I mean book and house, both of them plural, so accordingly you have to choose the one which I have shown you here. So it will be estos libros, okay, and estas casas. Meaning is quite clear. These books, these houses. Okay. So in English you have this only one, but in Spanish you have two because of the gender thing. Okay. So now from here we are moving on to the second group. Okay. So the second group is that. So for that you have got again two different demonstrative adjectives in Spanish. One is ese and another is esa. So ese will be used with masculine singular and esa will be used with feminine singular. Okay. And accordingly, if you have to give some example, you can give it like this: ese libro, or it will be esa casa. Huh? So ese libro will be that book, then this one, that house. Okay, so you are now getting the second group here. SA and SA. Then you have the plural also, which is those. And if you see, there will be plural in Spanish also. So it will be esos and it will be esas. Okay. So esos will be used with masculine plural nouns. Okay. And esas will be used with feminine plural. Okay. And accordingly, you can make these plural. Okay. If you make the nouns plural, you have to choose the plural adjective also. So esos, libros, and esas, casas. Ah. So we got two, okay, two groups, one for this and these, another for that and those. But in Spanish, there is a third group actually. Okay, there is this third group which exists. Okay, and that is aquel. Okay, so aquel is masculine and singular, and then you have the feminine and singular, which is aquella. Huh. So what do they refer to? I have given you, I've told you just now that there is a third group. Then what does these two refer to? Akel and Akeya. So both of them again actually refers to the same that. Okay. But there is a slight difference between this group, Akel and Akeya, and the previous one which I gave you, SA or SA. Okay. I will tell that difference also, but let me just give you the simple example, same way. So if the noun is masculine, so it will be Akel. Aquel libro. Okay. If the noun is feminine, then it will be aquella casa, like that. So both of them will refer to that. Then you will have the plural also. The plural will be aquellos. Okay. And then plural feminine will be aquellas. So both of them will refer to those. Checking the example. Okay. If you are able to see that. Yeah. So if you are able to see or understand, it will be aquellos libros, okay, or aquellas casas. I'm taking same noun here again, okay, so that there is not much confusion. So we have used aquellos libros and aquellas casas. Now I have to tell you the difference between these two, okay, or you can say the difference between these three. Okay, so when do we use essay group? Okay, or when do we use this? Sorry, let us start with essay group, and then when do we use essay group, and when do we use the AKL group? Okay, so when I say group means there are three more with this. Okay, esta, estos, and estas. Similarly, here also there are three more. Okay, esa, esos, and esas. Aquel, aquella, aquellos, and aquellas. So there are three more. So when do we use them? So this one is quite understood, isn't it? Like when you have the word like this and these, when do we use it in English? The same rule is going to be applied in Spanish also. When the objects to which you are pointing out, okay, demonstrative adjective, so you have to point out you are demonstrating. So when you point out those are the objects, those are which are very clear to the speaker and listener. Okay, so for example, if you see here, I'm taking an example here. I'm talking about this class. Okay, so let's say we are in the class. I'm taking class here, and all of you are sitting here. Okay, I am pointing out to a student here who is sitting. So I will be using, like, I want to say this student. So this is quite understood that the student is closer to me as well as to you people also. So I should be using este here. Okay, este estudiante. Okay, este estudiante. This student. If it is a female student, I will be using esta estudiante. Okay, so the person to whom I am pointing out is closer to the speaker and listener. Okay. The second one in this second scenario where we have ese, esa, esos, and esas. Okay, when do we use it? So the meaning it refers to is that and those. So again, I'm taking an example. I'm talking about a class. Okay, so let's say I'm taking class here. You all are sitting here. Okay, I'm pointing out to a student who is sitting at the back. Okay, I want to say that student. Okay, so when I say that student, it means that student is far from me, isn't it? As a speaker, but as a listener, let's say you people are sitting here, so you all are very close to this person. Hmm. So in this type of situation, when the object to which you are pointing out is far from the, okay, far from speaker, but close to the listener, huh, then we use this group. Okay, sorry. I hope all of you are understanding the context, because this context you have to understand very clearly, then only you will be able to understand the third one. So the object to which we are pointing out is far from the listener but close to the, sorry, far from the speaker but close to the listener. Okay, this is the basic idea. Then comes the next group, which is aquel, aquella, aquellos, and aquel. So this is the group, and this also refers to the same that and those. But again, the uses are different as we are discussing right now. So let's say we are in a class here. Okay, we are in SJT. Okay, all of us are sitting here, and I am talking about this particular building, which is just opposite to SJT. Let's say it is M block. Okay, so I want to say that M block is big. Okay, that building is big. I want to say it like that. So here, this object to which I am pointing out is far from the speaker and far from the listener also. Means it is far for you also, it is far for me also. So when do we use then this akela keya? When the object is far from speaker and from listener. Okay, in those both in this type of situation, what we will use akel, akeya, akeyos, or akey. So you have to see what is the noun coming and accordingly you select one. Okay, we'll give you some example here. So that's what I just said. Means that building. Okay, if you want to say that building is very big, let's say I am talking about M block and I want to say that building is very big. So I will be using aquel edificio. Okay, es muy grande. Okay, so I'm using here aquel edificio, that building, aquel group I'm using here, not ese edificio. Why? Because the object to which I'm pointing out is far from the speaker as well as from the listener. Okay, so that is why we are using the third group. So you have to keep in mind this particular context. Okay, that where is the object, and accordingly you have to select the correct answer. Okay, is it clear? Now, based on this, I'm just giving you a very simple exercise. All of you can see here. Okay. So the exercise which I have just given you here, you have to select the correct one. Okay, you have to select the correct demonstrative adjective. So there are three groups I have already written over there in the previous slide also. So it is, I'm writing it again. Este, esta, estos, okay, estas, then ese, esa, esos, esas, okay, aquel, aquella, aquellos, aquellas. Okay, so these are three groups. Now, how will you do this exercise? So the object image, which is to the extreme left, okay, I mean this is closer to the sentence. It means it is the closest one, location wise. So I will be selecting the answer, okay, the demonstrative adjective from this group, from group 1, okay, from este esta group. If the object is a little bit far from the sentence in the middle, okay, then I should be selecting the second one. If the object is to the extreme right, means it is very far from the sentence, I should be selecting from the third group. So it is the group wise I am telling here, but still the answer is not yet complete. So one thing is clear, that we have to select from the first group. Now within that there are four. So which one will you choose? So you have to see what is the noun given. Okay. So if the noun is masculine and singular, it means you have to choose the demonstrative adjective from group 1, which is masculine and singular. So masculine and singular is este. So este disco es de Miguel, which is that CD is of Miguel. Okay, or that is Miguel's CD. That also you can say. Similarly, in the second one, as I told, the image is on the to the extreme right. So here you have to choose from the third group. Okay. So in the third group, what the answer will be from any one of these four, that will be decided by this noun camera. So camera is, the word camera is masculine plus singular. Means you have to choose the demonstrative adjective from this group, which is masculine and singular. So it is aquella. Aquella camera este Oscar. Okay. That camera is of Oscar, or that is Oscar's camera. Number 3, the image is in the middle. It means you have to select from group 2. The noun which is given here is documentos. The documentos is what? A plural, okay, plus masculine group. Okay. So from the second group, you have to choose plural and masculine demonstrative adjective. The answer is esos. Okay. So based on this, okay, you have to now complete other exercises which are given here. I mean, it is not so difficult. You identify what is the noun, whether it is masculine or feminine, singular or plural, and accordingly you select the given group which is given there as per the image, and then complete your answer. Okay, so all of you can do it right now. So I'm giving you 10 minutes to do this. Do it. Any problem you can ask me.
Sir, could you please scroll up once?
Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Sorry. Yeah, so let us start the discussion here. Number 3, 4, and 5. Sorry, 4, 5, and 6. So, Ritvik, can you do this? 4, 5, and 6?
Yes, sir.
Ah,
So 14 is estas, tijeras, son rojas.
just a second.
Uh,
So, this is closest one. So, it will be este group and estas, tijeras, son rojas. Tijeras, you got the meaning with the image?
Scissors.
Yeah.
Scissors are
Rojas,
red.
the color red. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Number 5.
Fifth one, I think it should be ese
Mhm.
ordenador es viejo.
Yeah, ese ordenador. So ordenador is computer. As you can see at the bottom, there is a note given that ordenador is used in Spain, the word ordenador. But for computer in Latin America, they generally use la computadora. So you can see how the gender is changing for the same word. Obviously, both are two different words, but meaning is same. Okay, so it is el ordenador and this is la computadora. So if we can select it. Okay, anyway, viejo is old. So those of you who do not know, you can note down. Number 6.
Number six, aquel
Uh,
portátil es nuevo.
exactly.
So
So portátil
portátil,
is
I think it means the laptop, I guess.
exactly it is portátil. So portable. That is the word portable. So this is the short form. Okay, that is what they use. Otherwise, it will be ordenador portátil, like that generally they say. But let's use it portátil only. So aquel we are going to use because this is a masculine one, and we will be using aquel. Thank you. Next one, number 7, 8, and 9. So let me come to the other person. Tarun, can you tell me? Tarun Kodali. Tarun, can you hear me? Okay. Prachuri, can you try now? Prachuri Vasudeva.
Seventh one, it's este,
Este.
es calendario,
Uh,
calendario,
calendario.
es
Calendario.
del, es del 2009.
So 2009, how do you say in Spanish? Two is everybody knows, dos. 1000 is mil. Okay, so dos mil nueve. That's it. Okay, so este calendario es del 2009. Number 8.
Uh, estos fotos son de mis vecinos.
Vacaciones. Vacaciones. Vacations.
Vacaciones.
Okay, vacaciones. Now, why do you use estos fotos? If you remember, it is a feminine word. The complete word for photo is fotografía, and it's a feminine word. So accordingly, you have to use estas. Are you
Okay, sir.
getting?
Yes, sir.
Estas fotos son de mis vacaciones. So vacaciones, vacations are of my vacations. These photos are of my vacations. Number 9.
Uh, esos gafas son de David.
Again, estos.
The,
Why estos?
okay,
Gafas is there, no? So this is feminine plural.
okay, sir.
So it should be esas gafas, no?
Okay, sir.
You selected the correct group, but within that you have to choose the correct one. So it is esas, no? Gafas. This is quite understood. Gafas is plural, and if you remove s, it is feminine. I and D. That's how we do it. So remember these things because just by selecting a group is not enough. Within that group, you have to select the one. Okay, that is the important.
Okay, sir.
Fine. But next 10, 11, and 12. So Abdul, can you try? Abdul Wajid. Abdul, can you hear me? 10, 11, and 12. No? Okay. Adamya, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Can you try now? Next 10, 11, and 12.
Yes, sir. Sure. Sir, so 10th will be esa impresora es nueva.
But here impresora is to the extreme right. So you should be selecting from
So,
the third
yes,
group.
sir. Okay. Yeah, we have to use
Uh-huh.
okay. Okay. Yeah.
Exactly. Akeya impresora. And what do you think is impresora?
Sir, I guess
What image?
it's a printer or something.
Yeah, it's a printer.
Yes,
Exactly.
sir.
So Akeya impresora es nueva. So that printer is new. Good. Number 11.
Yes, sir. Este llave es de la directora.
Yeah, so here there is a small change. Yahweh is a feminine word. Okay, feminine noun.
Oh, yes,
I
sir. So we have to
Yeah,
use esta.
yeah, esta. It's an exception. So it will be esta Yahweh es de la directora. So that
Yes,
key
sir.
is of the director. That is director's key. That is the better way to say in English. But in Spanish, this is how we say es de la directora. Number 12.
Sir, ese periódico es viejo.
Ese periódico es viejo. Yeah. So periódico, I hope you still remember.
Calendar. Oh, sorry.
No,
Yes,
not
sir.
calendar. Calendar was there in the beginning.
Calendar. Yes, sir. That was earlier.
This periódico is the newspaper.
Newspaper.
Okay, so that newspaper is old. Okay, thank you. 14, 15, 13, 14, and 15. Let me come to the other person. So, Aditya Lal, are you there? 13, 14, 15. Aditya? No? Joshita? Joshita, can you hear me? Parag? Okay, let me do it then. 13, 14, and the rest I will say. So this is again calendario. Okay, but here this calendario is to the extreme right. So third group I am using is very far from the listener and a speaker. So I should be using here, sorry, aquel calendario es del 2011. In the same way we will say, so 2011. Okay, 11 will be once. 14 discos are discs, CDs, and it is in the middle. So second group, SA group. So it will be esos discos son de Antonio. So those are Antonio's CDs or discs. 15 mesa, it is on the to the extreme right. Okay, so it will be aquella mesa está libre. So that table is free or not occupied. Okay. Basically libre is free, but in this sense it is not about free means free of cost. Free means is not occupied. Last two, 16 and 17, libros. Okay, and in the middle, so second group again, if you see libros is plural and masculine, so I should be using esos libros son de la profesora. Those books are of the professor, or those are professor's book. And the last one, lapis, this is um, I think it is el lapis. Yeah. Okay, how did we identify? Like sometimes you may not be able to identify whether it's a masculine or a feminine noun. You just check what is the adjective used in that sentence. Here we are using corto. So corto is a masculine adjective and singular. It means this noun must be masculine and singular. Okay, so I should be using a masculine and singular adjective for the first group. So it will be este. Este lápiz es corto. So that this pencil is short. Okay. So this is how we are using demonstrative adjective. I hope all of you understood. We will do another exercise in the next class when you will be coming here physically in the classroom. That will be a different experience for all of you. Okay. So I'm giving you the form. Please give your answers correctly. It's a simple question, but just your answer after topic. I believe many of you must be traveling today because classes attendance is also very low, 31. How many of you have reached campus already? Give me a thumbs up. How many of you have reached?
I did, sir. I did, sir.
And those of you who are concerned about the attendance, I hope you must have seen the email from Dean Academics. So it is still 50%. So I think missing just one class if you have missed due to traveling, that you can anyway manage. Okay, that is not going to reduce your attendance to 50%. And what more I have to say? Yeah, this week I will be assigning you topics on Duolingo also. You should do it. Start doing it. Okay. Anything more? Anyway, so we'll meet in the next class. Okay, in 211 SJT. Okay, I hope all of you just remember that. It is SJT 211 on Tuesday. Okay, let's keep it till here for today. See you all in the next class. Have a nice day. Okay, hasta luego. Ciao.